Have you ever imagined how a single decision can change the course of an entire nation? It seems unbelievable, but that is exactly what happened between Jacob and Esau, two brothers whose paths crossed in a story marked by betrayal, blessings, and a great mystery. Jacob took for himself the blessing that belonged to his brother, but what really motivated this action? Was it just ambition, or was there something much greater behind this choice? Get ready to uncover the hidden details of this episode that forever shaped the destiny of the people of Israel. Before we continue, subscribe to the Millennial Wisdom channel and turn on notifications to keep receiving content that reveals the great mysteries of the Bible. Now, let's dive deep into the story behind the stolen blessing. What you are about to discover may change your perspective on Jacob and Esau. This account is not just about sibling rivalry. The theft of the blessing hides secrets that reveal a much greater purpose. The blessing, which symbolized prosperity, leadership, and God's grace, also carried a huge spiritual weight: the covenant with Abraham. But why did Esau, the firstborn, not value this legacy? And why was Jacob so determined to take it for himself, even if he had to deceive to do so? These questions lead us to one of the most intriguing events in Scripture. Keep watching, because what seemed like a simple act of deception may reveal something surprising. It all begins within a family marked by disputes and favoritism. Jacob and Esau were twin brothers, but they had opposite personalities. Esau was a fearless hunter, admired by his father, while Jacob was quieter, reflective, and close to his mother. This difference in treatment increased the tensions between them, but what was truly at stake was the birthright, a blessing that guaranteed family leadership, a great inheritance, and the continuation of the divine covenant. Esau did not understand the spiritual importance of this blessing and, without thinking twice, traded it for a mere bowl of lentils. An impulsive gesture, but one that would drastically change the course of history. However, this was only the beginning. Jacob, aided by his mother Rebekah, was about to go even further. He did not just want the birthright, but also his father's blessing. How far would you go to obtain what you believe is yours? Jacob went beyond limits, and here begins the real mystery. Now, try to put yourself in Jacob's place. His whole life, he was the second, the one who had no right to the most important inheritance. Would you have the courage to change this reality? Guided by Rebekah, Jacob decided to deceive Isaac, who was already old and blind. To appear like Esau, he covered his arms with goatskin and prepared his father's favorite meal. When Isaac asked, "Are you really my son Esau?" Jacob lied. This moment is crucial in the story. Jacob was fully aware of what he was doing, but was he just being greedy, or did he truly believe this was his destiny? How many times do we also find ourselves facing dilemmas like this, trying to take for ourselves what seems unattainable? The climax of this narrative occurs when Jacob, pretending to be Esau, receives from Isaac the blessing that would transform his future. This blessing was far more than mere paternal words. It was a divine covenant passed down from generation to generation. It guaranteed not only wealth and leadership, but also the continuation of God's promise to Abraham. When Esau discovered the truth, he was overcome with despair, knowing that this blessing could not be revoked. He begged for a second blessing, but Isaac declared that everything had already been given to Jacob: dominion over nations and abundant prosperity. Filled with rage and humiliation, Esau vowed to kill his brother as soon as the mourning period for his father was over. To save his life, Jacob had to flee to his uncle Laban's house. He had gotten what he wanted, but at what cost? Now, he was alone, exiled, and without the support of his family. Everything seemed lost: his identity, his home, and his security. But at this moment, something unexpected happens. Even after his deceitful action, God reaffirms his covenant with Jacob. During his escape, Jacob has a dream in Bethel. He sees a ladder connecting earth to heaven, with angels ascending and descending, a symbol of divine connection. At that moment, God makes him a promise: that land would be given to him and his descendants. More than that, God confirms the same promise made to Abraham, that his descendants would be as numerous as the dust of the earth and that all nations would be blessed through him. And here arises the big question. Why did God choose to honor Jacob, even knowing that he had obtained the blessing through deception? This is one of the deepest lessons in Scripture. God does not choose the most righteous or the most perfect, but those who are willing to align themselves with his purpose. Jacob, despite his flaws, sincerely sought the divine promise. The dream in Bethel marked a turning point in his life. He realized he was not just a fugitive but someone called for something great. This story makes us reflect on our own failures. How many times do we believe that our mistakes distance us from God's plan, when in reality, he can use them to fulfill his purpose? Jacob, once known as a deceiver, was transformed into Israel, the man who wrestled with God and prevailed. Just as he was transformed, his life also became intertwined with Rachel, the woman he worked and suffered for. But Rachel's death carries a little explored mystery, full of symbolism and impacts for Jacob's future. What really happened to her? How is this event connected to God's promise? Discover these answers in the video, The Secret Behind Rachel's Death, What the Bible Doesn't Tell. Don't miss this surprising revelation. The story of Jacob and Esau is more than just a tale of deception. It is proof that God can use even our mistakes to fulfill his plan. Jacob started as a deceiver but ended as Israel, the patriarch of a great nation. His journey challenges us to see our struggles differently. Could the failures we consider unforgivable actually be the beginning of something great? Leave your comment and share how this story has impacted your view on purpose and redemption. Subscribe to the Millennial Wisdom channel, turn on notifications, and like this video so you don't miss more content unveiling the great mysteries of the Bible. See you in the next video.